Hey everyone, it's been a minute since I've been on here, but I wanted to share our curriculum choices for the 2024-2025 school year for our upcoming kindergartner. You guys, I'm sorry I haven't been on here and done another video in so long. Life has been a little bit hectic the last few months. For the few of you that care, I'll give you a little life update. My sisters and I, we took our mom to Charleston, South Carolina for a little getaway. That was really fun. Then I went on a backpacking trip off the coast of California on a little island called Catalina. We hiked 4 days across the island. That was really hard, but also really fun. Then I wrote an article for a Christian company. They put out a study guide, and that'll be coming out this fall. So I wrote an article for them. My husband took the two older boys, up to the mountains for a little ski trip. Then my husband and I both went on a hiking/camping trip with the youth of our church. I'm currently working on what we call Scripture Hero Camp, all the decorations. I'm in charge of the decorations for that and just overseeing that. It's kind of like VBS, but just our local church puts it on for a few days here for the elementary aged school kids. And then we're also leaving the country in a few months. And so I'm just trying to put everything, all the plans in place so that we have a place to stay and the plane tickets and all the basic stuff before we go into the nitty-gritty plans. So a lot going on. It's been good stuff, but also just a lot of stuff. I'm finally sitting down to just film this video to let you guys know what our curriculum choices are for this year. For those of you that are new, my name is Carrie and I'm a mother to 4 kids. I am currently homeschooling just my 2 youngest. So I have a 10-year-old boy, I have an almost 8-year-old boy, a 5-year-old boy, and then I have a 3-year-old girl. And so my oldest 2 I have homeschooled in the past, but this year I'm just homeschooling my kindergartner, and then of course my 3-year-old girl, she's just tagging along for whatever we're doing. So this is my 3rd time doing homeschool kindergarten. It's such a fun year, and there are so many good curriculum options. So what I'm using isn't necessarily what you have to use, but there are a lot of good options and a lot of fun options, and we've used different things for different kids for different times. All right, so for this video, I've got the 4 main subjects. We've got language arts, we've got math, science, social studies/history, and then I also have some extra stuff that we're going to be adding on. So I'll go ahead and do it in that order for the different subjects. So if you want to see a specific subject, you can choose to jump ahead to that section. Otherwise, let's go ahead and get started. So for language arts, we are using All About Reading Level 1. This is something that I've used in the past, and I really love this program. We've already begun it just because my son, once he finished up his preschool stuff, we just jumped into the kindergarten stuff. So we're not too far into it yet. But this program comes with an activity book as well, where you just cut out the pages, and they're just little pages that you can move around, a lot of activities that you don't have to paste if you don't want to, but you can actually reuse them. And so I put them in this binder, and I'm able to just grab and go, which makes it really easy. It also comes with some readers. So there's 3 different readers, and it'll tell you when to pick up these books in the lessons themselves, and they are words that your child has been practicing in the lessons. And so it makes it really easy and nice to read these. They don't have to memorize a whole bunch of sight words. They are very phonetic based, and they're fun and colorful, and the stories are just really sweet. And a lot of them are really funny, and my kids enjoy them. I also added in this book. This is Becca's Letters and Sounds K5. This workbook, I don't have the whole Abeka program, I just have this workbook. And I really like this because this workbook goes along really well with All About Reading, and it doesn't require the child to write a whole bunch of stuff in here. It's mostly circling or matching or coloring the bubbles. And so it's a great addition and just extra practice with sounding out those basic phonograms. I also picked up some readers, so I'll show you some of them right here. I grabbed from the Good and the Beautiful Reading Aid booster cards. This goes along with their program. I didn't get their program, I just got the booster cards for some more extra practice. I also got their Africa reader, their first Africa reader, with little stories that all center on different countries in the continent of Africa. I also picked up some Dash into Learning books. These are set 1. Here's a few of them here, as well as a company called Phonics that also makes some really great phonetic based readers. And so just getting that extra practice in, I think, is really helpful. For handwriting, we are using the Draw Right Now series. This is Draw Right Now ABCs. This is the lowercase one. We already finished the uppercase one. And so this is just a fun workbook that usually has a drawing lesson as well as some writing practice in it. So that's everything for language arts. For math, it's pretty simple this year. We're just using the Good and the Beautiful Math Level K. This is my first time using the Simply Good and the Beautiful Math. We have used their older version in with my oldest child previously. So we're about halfway through this. My son really loves this book, and we often do 2 lessons at a time. But it comes with this little math box. And yes, I have the older wood one. They came out with a newer one just recently, and it has just little manipulatives. This is actually a really nice program as far as manipulatives go, because you're not having to run around grabbing a whole bunch of stuff. They keep it really simple, hence the name, Simply Good and Beautiful Math. For science, I'm really excited. We're trying something new. This is Beautiful Feet Books, Seasons Afield. And this is a literature approach to studying the different seasons. And so with this curriculum comes a packet like this, and it has watercolor cards and field notes in here. And so as you go throughout the different lessons, you can fill these out and paste them into a notebook and have a notebook of the different things that you've learned throughout the school year. It also comes with a bunch of books. So if you saw my homeschool haul video, most of the books that I was sharing in that haul were for this curriculum. And so I'm going to show you some of the books. We have The Complete Brambly Hedge. So this is one that I've already owned for a while, that I've read through. I love this book. It's a story of like these mice, like a village of mice, and how they fend through the different seasons, some of the activities and fun adventures they go on. I also have Watercolor With Me in the Forest. This is a watercolor how-to book of things that you would find in the forest. This is new to me. And then Slow Down, or 50 Mindful Moments in Nature. This is a book that I feel like is pretty popular in the homeschool world. And they are just different things that you would miss in nature if you really weren't looking for them. Just really small, simple things. And these 3 books that I just showed are ones that you're going to be using throughout the whole year. So they're kind of like the core books throughout the whole year. And then some of the other books are just kind of one and done type books. So we have Alice Water Cooks Up a Food Revolution. We have Tales of the Mushroom Folk, Miss Maple's Seeds, The Golden Glow, Fall Walk, Home in the Woods, and Winter Sleep. And so there are some more books that go along with this curriculum, and you can buy the whole packet from Beautiful Feet Books. I already own some of them, and so I didn't want to go ahead and buy the whole package. And then I figured we'd also check out some from the library or watch them on YouTube. So these are most of the books. There are a few more though as well that will go along with this curriculum, but I'm really excited for science this year. All right, for social studies, we are going to be continuing on with Around the World with Picture Books. There's part 1, and there's also part 2. These are by Beautiful Feet Books. And it is a literature approach to studying different countries around the world. And you can buy the book packets and just go in order, or you can kind of mix and match and choose different countries that you want to study, which is kind of what we're doing. And I need to figure out, because we did China, and it was a lot of work to put all the things together because I didn't follow exactly how they did it in here. And so I'm trying to decide if I want to do more of that, or if I want to follow more the actual curriculum and the lessons in here. So they have a lot of coloring pages, and then a bunch of books and art and recipes that you can do in here. The main book that you use, like as the core, is this maps book, which we owned. And then I also added in a couple little things. I have these little passport books that are from the Gentle and Classical Press. And so we've been filling it out. We just filled out the China one so far. But they have a little spot for the country's flag and the stamp, and you write your favorite memory and tell about the country. So really cute little way to record things. I also have a little notebook that we can paste stuff in. So when we study China, we just, as the kids were like drawing or painting things as we were learning about China, I would paste them into here and record some of the things that they said about it. So I'm excited. I need to figure out exactly how we're gonna approach this curriculum still, but I think it's a really fun one, and I think it's a really good taste for the little kids just to see how the world is different. All right, and last but not least, we've got Gentle and Classical Primer. And this is a program that is kind of like all the extra stuff. And this is something that I did an unboxing video of. So if you want to see what this includes, because there's a lot of moving pieces in this, I'll put the link in the description box below and you can go check out that video. But this covers things like poetry, wonder tale, nursery rhyme, virtue, manners and hygiene, and then also catechism, Bible story, scripture type stuff. And you can actually go onto their website at gentleandclassical.com and you can download the PDF version of the teacher's guide so you can see everything that's included in this as well. But there's some really fun books that go along with this. I don't know if I mentioned art and music as one of the things that you study, but art and music is also included. And so some of the books that I got for the haul as well were for this program. I owned a lot of them already because I actually used this program before. So some of the books are Everyday Graces, which is a child's book of good manners. This includes a lot of like poems and short stories. This is a child's introduction to the orchestra. This is an awesome book for teaching about music. It has a lot of different composers and also instruments and where they sit within the orchestra. The Noisy Paintbox is about Kandinsky's art. Linnea in Monet's Garden is about Claude Monet. The Story Orchestra is one of the musical artists that we're going to be studying, composers that we're going to be studying, excuse me. The Velveteen Rabbit is one of the Wonder Tales. Beatrix Potter, Wonder Tale. The Children's Book of Virtues, this has a lot of short stories in it, also for Wonder Tales. Little Pilgrim's Progress, this is one of my favorite books. It has some really beautiful illustrations. My kids still remember this book when we read it last time. Really sweet story. And then also we have these books by Scott Gustafson, which is one of my favorite artists. He's so good. I love all the books by him. This is classic storybook Fables. This is the Mother Goose nursery rhymes book. And then we also have classic fairy tales. So these are part of the Wonder Tales and also nursery rhymes that go along with the program. So that is everything that we're using for this next school year. And I hope that this video was helpful. If you have any additional questions, you can always leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, I hope you have a great school year, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Bye.